We can all guess, no break. Welcome to the show. Chris, Jalen, and Mo. Jalen here is new to the program. Came just fresh off of taking a dump. But we here and we're ready to talk some Jets football. The Jets lost the bye week, 28-0. It was it definitely wasn't a quiet bye week. We had reports that Woody Johnson actually flew in on a helicopter to fire Joe Douglas. He landed in his helicopter in the middle of practice, made everyone stop what they were doing. And then Joe Douglas joked to Jeff Ulbrich. He was like, "Well, if anything happens here, it's been real, basically." And then they laughed about it. But then sure enough, Woody did pull him aside, and he was fired, and no one saw him ever again. Because nothing can ever be done normally here. It's always got to be.
No. Woody loves. Woody's got to be the center of fucking attention. He always has to be. You're living off of Jets fans. Shut the fuck up and do the Jets fans some good service.
Yeah, no, this is just like a toy to him, and it does make me think, is Woody Johnson is he just Kenny Powers trapped in a 80-year-old man's body?
Woody definitely wishes he was on the field.
It almost makes me think that
I think he thinks that back in the day he could have been.
It kind of makes me think that he's the type of guy that would sabotage the team if he felt that someone was outshining him. If the GM was
yes.
If the GM was doing a really good job, he'd fire him because he's taken away from his limelight.
He's Jerry Jones negative 2.0.
Isn't that his specialty? He's Jerry Jones Jr. I said this in the last podcast.
He's a whole different animal than Jerry Jones. He's worse, a million times worse. What else do we have in bye week news?
He is. He truly is, but he thinks he's better.
The difference between him and Jerry Jones is Jerry Jones actually played football.
Yeah, at least Jerry Jones. Yeah, high school or something?
He played college too.
Jerry Jones understands the game better, and he's had more winning teams.
Yeah, he gets them. He at least gets them to the playoffs.
Look, I'm not a fan of Jerry.
Neither am I.
Yeah,
but I mean, he gets them to the playoffs.
Honestly, Woody has nothing to hold his hat on.
They don't do anything, but he at least gets them there. But in other news, we also have
that's the Are we all on a fucking delay right now?
Yeah, I think it might just be you.
No,
just me.
Maybe.
Hold on.
You're on that cricket wireless internet. Justin is rejoining.
I'm gonna rejoin.
All right. But we hired the 33rd team to lead our GM / head coach search. I'll be honest, I'm not particularly moved by this in one direction or the other. I see a lot of people being like, the Jets are very unserious for this. And then, other people being like, this is a great move because it worked for the Commanders because they hired because they hired them to get their coaches and their new GM when they got like new ownership.
That's not true. That's not true. It was only Rick Spielman that was hired to hire for Washington, not Tannenbaum.
Was he was Rick Spielman with the 33rd team like when they did that, or was he just hired like individually to help them?
Individually.
True.
Yeah.
So it's kind of going to be like, and so it's kind of going to be like the same thing, but Mike Tannenbaum will also be involved, which could be. I think Rick Spielman is like Rick Spielman's probably like like the adult in the room at the end of the day, and hopefully he is able to point them in the right direction, and hopefully they hopefully like if he does point them in the right direction, hopefully they're smart enough to listen to them and like not go like not, and Woody doesn't have to like come in from the top rope and come up with his own stupid idea going against his
and I'll tell you right now, I don't see this shit going in any good direction.
It's
looks like another repeat of like getting Mike McCagnon back again.
Yeah, well, I think it's when they hired McCagnon, Charlie Casserly was like the consultant that like led them to McCagnon. So this seems a little,
but I'm being the pessimistic Jets fan, and I'm saying like I don't fucking see it working out. You're hiring an ex GM and a former Vikings GM to hire.
No. I'm hopping in real quick. I think that's a retarded ass move. That's a Woody move to fucking hire Tannenbaum, and I don't remember the other nigga's name that we're hiring to hire.
Just sell the fucking team.
GM.
Well,
yes,
I think it's 100%.
Yes, sell a team. He'll never sell a team. He's not
going to sell a team. But I think it's better than hiring like Charlie Casserly or like lawyers or Corn Ferry or whatever their names were. Like, I don't know. At this point, they tried everything.
It's definitely better.
They tried everything and nothing's worked. But yeah, the goal isn't to be like less shitty than like the last guy or whatever. So I mean, at least he's not doing it like, at least he's not doing this like on his own. So like, at least he's kind of outsourcing it, I guess. But like for me, it's not enough. For me, I'm not particularly moved in like one direction or the other by it. Like, I don't think it's like, I don't think it's like the stupidest thing in the world, but I also don't think like, oh, they're like, this is fucking genius. This is going to go great. I'm kind of just like, all right, like, let's see where this goes. Cause I really have no idea. But like,
no. Because
like, how do you think
I have an idea because there's nothing they're going to do that Woody doesn't approve of. So Woody still has a final say.
Yeah, Woody's gonna have the final word. And I was saying while you were changing your diaper when you jumped out and jumped back in, I was telling Mo, I was like, I was hoping like, because to me the way I see the dynamic, so it's like it's Rick Spielman and then Mike Tannenbaum, and it seems like Rick Spielman's probably like he's probably like the adult in the room, so like. My hope is just that he like points them in the right direction, and that whenever he comes up with like the suggestion, that Woody doesn't come in from the top rope and like do a complete 180 and like come up with his own stupid idea, which feels like where this would probably end up going if history is told us anything.
Definitely gonna end up going that way because Rick is going to only propose coaches or GMs that Woody would approve of. It's always going to have that fucking X factor that, I'm like, if I want to keep my consulting job, I have to fucking give Woody what he wants.
He also has to find he also has to find candidates that are willing to take the job and willing to work for the Jets.
Well, honestly, what he should do, and this actually I didn't come up with this. I was talking with one of the partners at the job. What he should do is just hire a president of all operations.
Yeah, president of football
that
operations.
can oversee.
Yeah.
Yes,
operations.
Yeah.
Yes. And allow him to make all of the decisions. But Woody will never do that.
Yeah,
never do that.
Yeah, that's definitely that's definitely an idea that's been thrown around quite a bit. Like I've seen like Pete Carroll's name mentioned as like, someone.
Oh, I would say
like a president of football operations or a head coach, like basically, to be like Bill Parcells. But from what I hear, it sounds like it's very unlikely because he lives like super far away. He's super old. I mean, money talks. Maybe he's still pissed off about like the way things ended like last time he coached the Jets back in 1994. Granted, that was like a whole different. Granted, it was a whole different like ownership and everything.
30 years ago.
Yeah, but who knows? Like some people, I don't know. Some people could hold a grudge, and maybe it doesn't even matter that it's a different owner. Maybe they just hold a grudge against the colors. I really have no
possibly, but I would 100% take.
To me, it seems more like the living situation.
Look,
he ain't hiring a president. He's not.
No, he's not gonna. I don't think a president of football operations.
I think they're just getting rid of. They're getting rid of. I think they're cleaning house. Get
that Jaime guy out of there.
The only thing I can see happening. Yeah. No, he's definitely going to be out too.
If Woody's not selling, then at least get rid of that guy.
Woody's not getting rid of Aaron.
You don't think so?
I don't think he is either.
No. I
don't think so either.
Fucking way. No.
Yeah.
But here's the explanation.
Although
the coach that you end up hiring, this is the thing you have to explain. Are you willing to work with Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, and no coach is.
It would only be for right there. It would only be for 1 year.
Yeah, but no coach that actually wants to win. Fuck if it's only 1 year. No coach that wants to win games wants Aaron Rodgers right now. I'm sorry. I don't know what y'all feel about Aaron Rodgers during the season, but I feel like Aaron Rodgers has been the biggest issue with our offense.
Offensively, yeah, I think offensively it is kind of on Aaron because I mean, at least mostly because I mean, the receivers are getting open.
And he can't hit. He can't hit the open receivers.
Breece Hall's doing his job, but yeah, he's not throwing past the sticks, and he's missing even like easy throws. So what I was what people seem to be saying now, or because we have this whole thing now that Rodgers has allegedly been like refusing to take MRIs.
That I didn't know about.
He doesn't want to be like forced to come off the field because he's worried about what it will reveal. But one thing that was interesting that got pointed out by I was listening to like the Badlands feed, and Will Parkinson, shout outs to Will, a recurring guest on the program. He was talking about how now I kind of missed this because I didn't really watch the Broncos game. To be honest, I kind of just figured that we would end up winning it, and I was like busy that day. I was doing stuff with my girlfriend, so like I was kind of busy that day, and like I didn't really watch like the whole thing. Like I watched like the first half, and I watched like the very end when we lost. Other than that, I was just scoreboard watching. But apparently, in like at some point in like the first half of that game, Aaron Rodgers got hurt his hamstring because the way he was moving like in that Thursday night game against the Patriots, he looked like vintage like Perk Rodgers, and then he apparently was moving pretty well in the first half of that Denver game. He had like 6 carries for like 45 yards in the first half or something like that. And then ever since then, he's just been a corpse. And then he took that brutal beating. He took that brutal beating in the Vikings game too, where he got the ankle injury, and that hindered his mobility even more. So I do wonder if he's fully I do wonder if he's fully shot, or if like he's just playing injured and he just needs to shut it down. And
Brett Favre again.
My theory is this. My theory is if he comes back to the Jets next year and starts again, then he's completely shot and his career's over. He's never going to be the same again. But if he goes somewhere else, then then it was just he was playing injured, and he'll probably win like an MVP next year.
No, I think even if he goes somewhere else, there's going to be issues. I think the issue with him is, obviously, 1, ego, and 2, he can't run an offense that's adaptable to his age.
No, yeah, because he
thinks he's still 20. Yeah,
that and
it's fucking nonsense.
Yeah, he thinks he's still like in his 20s, and he still thinks it's like 2010 because there's no motion in the offense, and you need to have motion in 2024. You have to have some motion,
and that's why defense.
And that's why like it makes it such an interesting conundrum as far as hiring a new head coach. Because, if you do hire Ben Johnson, who I think, should be the top choice, will he even pick up the phone for us? Remains to be seen, but he probably won't.
He's going to see that New Jersey number and say 201.
Yeah, 973.
No. They got the old school 212 from New York City.
Yeah, isn't that that used to be like the Bronx, but Yeah, he'll see that and just FU button and block the number probably.
Yeah,
but
100%. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I would look if I was being fucking recruited, I would not pick up a single phone call for the Jets. Not one.
Yeah, unless they were unless it was the last head coaching job available and all the other positions were filled.
I'd
rather be a head coach.
I'll talk about it later. I do have a question about Ben Johnson. I'll ask y'all later, but just remind me of it.
Why don't you just ask now so we don't forget?
All right.
Yeah, we're talking about this like shit.
All right. If Ben Johnson does decide to pick a head coaching job, where do you think it would be?
So the openings are going to probably be. Openings will I would say, gun to my head right now, I would say
Raiders are a luck. Raiders definitely a luck, I think.
I was gonna say Bengals.
I think they're a luck.
Bengals is gonna be what I'd say. If they fire Zach Taylor. I would say that if the Bengals do fire Zach Taylor, they're probably the most attractive job because Joe Burrow is putting up MVP caliber numbers this year.
Yeah.
But
the Bengals are fucking retarded.
Well,
they're just as bad as Woody.
No, I wouldn't go that far. The Bengals,
they actually have a quarterback.
The Bengals went to a Super Bowl.
And no. They got a quarterback, and they also got a wide receiver that loves the quarterback. Why isn't it working?
T. Higgins
that played with him in college.
And good, and they have I think the
problem got rid of Joe Mixon, who's having a great.
Honestly,
season.
For the Bengals, maybe the Bengals need to hire. Maybe the Bengals need Aaron Glenn. Maybe because it seems like they need someone to fix their defense. So I would say
defense is an issue, but their O-line is still an issue as well, and no one's been able to fix that. Unfortunately, for fucking for a Burrow, that O-line is going to be trashed his entire career.
I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't turn into like an Andrew Luck situation with him, where
but you know the history.
I don't think Burrow will bow out. He's not going to bow out.
You know the history with Zach Taylor. You know the history with him. He started out. He was a quarterback coach and got hired as a head coach. He's never been an offensive coordinator.
So he basically
I don't know if you knew that.
He skipped kindergarten.
He basically did.
But he learned his ABCs. The ABCs in kindergarten were like, okay, you need an O-line.
They were also talking about firing him before they even got to the Super Bowl. You remember that?
Yeah, that's
when Joe Burrow got injured.
Yes.
That his rookie year.
And that's
yeah. I mean, that wasn't that Zach Taylor's first year too, because like they had Marvin Lewis like forever. Oh, that was the second year. That's right. Yeah, because they had Marvin. Yeah, because basically like they went like they were the worst team in the league his first year. They didn't win a game until like I think the first game they beat the Jets in in Thanksgiving week.
They beat the Jets. Yeah. In 2019.
Adam Gase didn't go to his family's house for Thanksgiving because he was like up all night game planning, and we didn't score. I think we scored 0 points in that game.
Yeah, that was really good game planning. That's why.
I remember we had a few wins before that. Like I think before that we had like rattled off a few wins in a row. Like we beat the Raiders and we beat somebody else too. Like we had rattled off a couple of wins in a row, and I think we beat the Giants and like the Raiders and like somebody else. But we were on a winning streak.
That was when we had Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, and I remember like being at Thanksgiving, my aunt being like, "Oh, it looks like the Jets are turning a corner." I was like, "Yeah, we'll see." And then like they didn't score a single point in that game the following Sunday.
It's fucking painful.
Yeah. But yeah, so maybe
honestly, if you want change,
Zach Taylor. I think the Bengals are gonna need I think the Bengals are gonna need a scapegoat for this season. Especially if their owner's anything like Woody Johnson and like wants blood after because I mean, what's the excuse? Like Joe Burrow is like an MVP candidate and you're 4-7, like you're not, and you're like probably not going to go to the playoffs unless you like win out basically, or like win like 4 out of your next 5.
That's true. And this trend, this might be a great segue right here, because speaking of scapegoats, we also had one too, and his name was Eric Mangini.
We had a few scapegoats. Yeah, Eric Mangini.
Not only Mangini, but
Hecker was ready for it too.
Oh yeah, I had this Chevron. I did that in pre-pro because I knew that Eric Mangini was going to come up because his name has been, there's been all the talk about Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan really, 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 really wants to coach the Jets again, not being secretive about it. Yeah. But then, I don't think Rex Ryan thing's a good idea. It would be funny and it would be entertaining. Like, if we strike out on everyone else, like we might as well. But I don't think that's like
it'd be great.
I mean, DC, I wouldn't mind.
Yes.
Well, I don't think that's even a conversation worth having. Like if Rex Ryan's coming to the Jets, it's to be the head coach. He says he has unfinished business with the organ. He has unfinished business with the team. His unfinished business is not as a defensive coordinator; it's as a head coach. It's head coach or nothing for Rex Ryan.
Yeah. So at this point, that's
if you want Rex Ryan,
he wants to be the head coach.
If you want Rex Ryan, it's head coach or nothing.
Look, if Rex came in and said, I'm going to hire this offensive coordinator. I don't know who it would be, but some offensive coordinator that we could accept that
his son.
All offensive players are going to be definitely not. Definitely not.
He could hire Woody's son, Rick Johnson.
But I wouldn't mind Rex.
Hey, his son's under Ben Johnson. You think about it.
Look,
I mean, like his son is in the league. He's under Ben Johnson right now.
Yeah,
so you don't think that's a possibility?
So his son actually branched out from the rest of the Ryan family, which is all defense, and he actually
because
went
he's a
to
wide receivers coach.
Oh, interesting. Well,
yeah.
that would be.
I wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't want a rookie. I don't think I'd want a rookie OC. He would probably just want to bring back Schottenheimer.
Oh no, that's not happening.
And I think here's the problem with the whole Rex thing for me. So number one, I just don't think it's a good idea. Would it be entertaining? Yes. Is he at least someone who's proud to be a Jet and would have the team playing like they're proud to be Jets and like they want to be there?
Yeah, that's why I want Rex. That's why I want Rex, because he has a team.
But from an X's and O's standpoint, he couldn't. He couldn't figure out like how to make the offense work in the early 2010s. I don't know what there is to think he'll do it in the 2020s. I think the problem is too, like people will say, oh well, like maybe he learned from like his first stints in the league as a head coach and maybe he'll adapt.
I think he has.
To me, that's something you say when we actually hire him and when we're coping with the fact that we hire him. It's not something I think that should be like an argument as to why we should hire him, because it's only a theory. There's no concrete evidence to suggest that he would do a better job like managing the offensive side of the ball.
But when he took us to 2 AFC championships, we hired him on the theory that he'd be a good head coach.
Yeah, and I mean,
we didn't see any head coaching abilities for him. We just saw the fact that he's a great defensive fucking coordinator. He is. Yeah. I don't care what anyone says. No, he knows how to get the best out of his players every goddamn game.
Yeah, that's true. But who built the team before we got there?
Yeah,
this man, Eric Mangini, and he took Mangini.
You want Mangini back?
I want him. I would be more executive.
I would be more. I'd say this. I'm more open to Mangini than Rex. It's crazy though.
That's wild.
Why is that wild?
That's wild. No, it's wild because
Mike Tannenbaum.
Why is that weird?
Mike Tannenbaum.
Let me explain to you real quick.
And Eric Mangini and Rex Ryan are like legitimate candidates. Like, what year is it?
I ain't taking Mangini
and Mangini. Mangini was the one who wanted DeBrickshaw Ferguson, Nick Mangold.
Yes.
He also drafted Darrelle Revis and David Harris.
He also got like Jericho Cotchery. He got
Cotchery.
He got Chance Stuckey, who sucked, but he flipped. But then we flipped him for Braylon Edwards. Braylon Edwards. Leon Washington.
Say we did get Rex as a head coach again, right? Just say this happens. You think he didn't learn that? Oh fuck! Anything I was thinking before then, offensively, I really didn't know.
Yeah,
and that he wouldn't want an offensive coordinator to run the offense completely.
Yeah, but
that's what he did last time, and it didn't work.
Yeah, but you don't
understand. But last time it was all fucking his ego.
You think he's trying to get
it? Did you see how that happened?
You think he doesn't still have an ego? This whole thing.
No. He definitely has an ego. He definitely has an ego. But I don't.
That's the only reason why he's even. The only reason he's even doing this is because of his ego. Because he feels that. Because he genuinely feels like in his ego and his heart that he is the best option for the Jets, and that that he's the guy for the job, and that he'll do a better job than anyone else.
You also don't think that with his own it's his ego. You also don't think he's recognized. I don't know shit about offense.
I don't know if there's really a way to tell one way or the other, to be honest with you.
You're right about that. It's a gamble.
It's all just in theory, and that's something that's something you say as a cope when we actually do hire him. Because honestly, right now, I feel like he might end if he gets an interview, which I think he will. Like, if he gets an interview, I don't know if Woody's going to be able to resist.
He should.
And plus, like, you know, the
honestly, put it this way: who wants to coach the Jets right now?
Yeah, well, we know Rex Ryan does. Eric Mangini was asked about it. He didn't really say yes or no.
Yeah, he didn't. But would
Aaron Glenn
as a person in the front office, would you be opposed to it?
I would. I'd have him. I'd have Rex. Nah.
No, not at all.
I'd take Rex over Mangini any day. And I would put it in the contract. Well, yes, I don't want Mangini, but I would take Rex and put in the contract where you are not calling fucking offensive plays. You're not running the fucking offense. And I don't think Rex would have any problem with that.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you, would you want him in the front office, not
Mangini? No.
Yeah.
Mangini, no.
Why not? What's wrong with Mangini?
He got us Revis.
Dude, the last time the Jets drafted well in our lives outside of 2022 was Eric Mangini. When Eric Mangini and Mike Tannenbaum were like the head coach and GM, that's when we drafted all these players. Like late,
100%.
That laid the foundation for any.
In 2000, all right, let's rewind real quick.
Then Rex started drafting. He drafted like Kyle Wilson and D. Miller.
He drafted ass.
But Rex wouldn't be in charge of the fucking draft picks.
Okay, all right. 2006.
He definitely has a say. He did.
Mangini's first year.
He can have a say.
Mangini's first year as head coach. They drafted Rickershaw Ferguson and Nick Mangold. Right?
Yep.
Those are cornerstones for the offensive line. Were they good or not?
100% great.
Okay. We actually made the playoffs. We went 10-6 that year.
Yeah.
Next year, we had 4 picks in 2007. The first pick was Darrelle Revis. The second pick was David Harris.
Yep, the
2008, we got Brett Favre. We went 8-3. He got hurt,
and
they fired Mangini.
Which
didn't tell anyone, and they fired Mangini.
Does that sound familiar?
To be a scapegoat, basically.
It's like history. It's like history is repeating itself, like in every way.
It is.
So
if Rodgers goes to the Vikings next year, then history just completely
not telling anyone, not taking MRIs. What do you guys think is more? This is a side question. What do you think is more selfish? The more selfish thing for an athlete to do, to play injured when like you're clearly injured and you know it's hurting your ability to play and the team's ability to win, or to sit out when you're injured? Like, what's more selfish?
What's more selfish?
Sit out. Sit out. In my opinion, I
think it's more selfish. I think it's more selfish to play injured when you can't play. I think it's a lose-lose situation for Aaron because
it is.
People would shit on him either way.
Because
people would,
in Aaron's fucking position, he's definitely more selfish. But I would say if Saquon was playing fucking injured, that's not selfish. Because he's going to be.
Yeah, but what if he's like
perform better?
He
can still perform better.
Well, that's than a lot of. The caveat of my question is you're playing injured, but like you're not playing well.
All right. You're right. Two different positions. And heck, 100%. So, do you think that Jaden Daniels should have sat out when he still had a rib injury and clearly was affected by it?
Yeah.
Just because he's injured? The backup should have came in. No. Jaden Daniels would. He definitely did better than his backup. I don't even know who the backup for the fucking.
That's the.
I was about to say
the backup to Gray. It's Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, like so.
Mariota. All right.
Yeah,
not a bad.
So that's part of that's part of it too. Is like, you have like in that situation, Jaden Daniels probably should play. He's 23 years old, and his ribs might hurt, but he could still run and he could still throw. Aaron Rodgers is 41, and he can, he barely throws the ball further than 10 yards anymore. He's a stiff in the pocket. He has no movement whatsoever. And, you have a backup in Tyrod Taylor who probably can move around a little more than him at this point.
That's what I'm saying. It's a different it depends on the situation. Yes, Aaron should have fucking bowed out, but Aaron will never bow out.
Yeah, because that's like, you want to leave the dance with the person you showed up to the dance with. And Aaron Rodgers has always been like, tough, and
but he's
played through injuries his whole career, but he was able to still play at a high level when he did it in the past.
Yeah, in the fucking past. He is not the quarterback that he thinks he is. He's not. He's honestly not. Honestly, I think when we got Brett Favre had more of an idea of the quarterback that he is.
Yeah,
not the quarterback that he could be. And
but like
it's terrible.
Also, Favre was like when we got Favre, he was far from like washed or done or anything. Like, he like those first 11 games, like he looked like, if not prime Brett Favre, he at least looked like 80% of prime Brett Favre. In those first,
and he was older than fucking it.
What happened? What happened when we lost the Packers?
I think he was older than Aaron Rodgers at the time.
What happened when we lost the Packers quarterback? Who got hired as the head coach?
Rex.
And look, man.
I mean, it could be.
It's all coming into full circle.
I love it. I don't believe it. I don't believe in it. The Jets organization is run terribly.
Yeah, because of one person.
But this is not. That's not news. Apparently, there's a lot of conflicting reports out there. Like, apparently, reporters were saying Rodgers wants to play. Rodgers wants to play somewhere else.
He definitely wants
but
to.
Rodgers is denying that, saying Rodgers said on McAfee, which I don't watch the McAfee shit anymore because I don't watch anything that could be like propaganda for Aaron Rodgers or the Jets. I'm done with the propaganda. Take a propaganda at these nuts, but
I want him to get the fuck off that damn show. That's what I want him to do.
It would be nice, but that won't happen. But he basically said that he hasn't even decided whether or not he wants to play in 2025, but that the Jets would be his first choice. I'm pretty sure he's probably lying.
He wants to play.
He wants to play, and I think he does want to play somewhere else. I think, I think he's lied before. He can lie again.
Yeah. Nah, niggas definitely lied.
And for the record, I do not give a fuck anymore. And I don't care what the Jets do at this point on, because all they're going to do is fuck up and repeat the cycle again.
Yeah. Do you guys think, so we're in year 14 of the playoff drought now. Do you think this playoff drought will be old enough to drink one day?
Yes.
7 more years. Yes. 7 more years.
Yeah.
21.
I do.
I really don't think it's outside of the realm of possibilities. I mean, it's definitely going to get its learner's permit in a couple of years. We're going to have to take the playoff
with the learner's
conviction, permit, I'm going to say yes.
Justin, you can teach me how to drive a boat. I'll teach you how to drive a boat.
Well, the real question is, will Justin get his driver's license before the Jets get to the playoffs?
100%. I'll bet you for before the end of the year, I'll take the test. But But all I'm saying with the Jets, I don't see them actually progressing. I don't see
because his coaching hiring situation looks stupid.
Yeah,
and
it's
all
like
that.
If Rodgers wants to come back,
it could happen
really
if Woody's just not a fucking asshole. If
which
Woody
it really is up to
realizes that he
him
knows
whether or
nothing
not he
about
wants to come
football.
back. But like if Rodgers decides that he wants to come back, like the Jets might have no choice but to keep him, and that kind of makes it really difficult for hiring a coach because especially if you are trying to hire an offensive-minded coach, they're going to want to implement their own scheme. Like they're not going to want to just like I feel like that's probably why part of why Rodgers picked the Jets was because they have a defensive-minded coach, so he knew he wouldn't get involved. And they got Nate Hackett there, so he knew he could just do whatever he wanted. But Hackett's going to be gone, and Rodgers is going to have to deal with that. This all should have happened a year ago, by the way. But Hackett will be gone. They'll have a fully cleaned house, I'm sure. And I feel like Rodgers will probably be in their ear, and I bet he'll be lobbying for someone like Rex Ryan too, just because
but they shouldn't give a fuck about Rodgers' opinion.
They shouldn't. It should have zero. It should have zero merit and zero input. Like you're another civilian on this team. Like you're not GM. You're not a consultant. You're not none of that. We gave you more than enough to work with, more than enough of your friends,
and you proved you're not a good enough quarterback to actually run the offense.
Yeah, you're not good enough.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's not good enough to
fucking trash.
He's not good enough to be the GM, and he's also not good enough to be this toxic presence because it seems like he came in and sucked all the energy out of an exciting young team that they were before that.
You know what's funny about that? You know what's funny about that is that Tom Brady has literally done the same fucking shit where it's all about Tom Brady, but he's successful.
Yeah, but people buy in because he's not
he's not buying because he wins.
And he wins all the time.
Tom Brady could have done ayahuasca. He could have done all the fucking shit that Aaron's done.
Yeah, but the difference
fact of the matter is that he wins. He wins fucking games.
Yeah, but the difference is, all right. Look at the difference between Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Aaron Rodgers. Are they going on fucking ayahuasca trips and blackout retreats? Fuck no. They're in the fucking goddamn. They're in there fucking just studying all the time. There is a big difference between those two and Aaron Rodgers.
I still don't think the Egypt trip was a big deal though.
I don't give a fuck what trips he takes. I don't care if you want to hang out in a cave during every goddamn day during the offseason. I have no fucks about
is Tom Brady
that doesn't matter.
Peyton Manning going on Egypt trips? Probably not.
Even if they did, say that they did, and they still produced, that's all that fucking matters.
No one would care.
That's it. It doesn't matter what you're doing to fucking better yourself. Exactly. Aaron in his fucking deluded
and honestly
mind
the whole
thinks that this is how this shit should work. No, he's fucking retarded.
That whole Egypt thing should have never even gotten out. That was all just poor communication by Saleh. I think it was also Saleh's way of trying to take back any power he could because I think he realized all right at the time the hierarchy of Jets power Woody obviously is number one, but at that point Aaron Rodgers was number two. And then it's probably Douglas and then Saleh's at the bottom. So that was probably Saleh's way of saying he could have just lied and said it was his excused absence or whatever. And
I feel bad for Saleh.
I don't think anyone would have batted an eye. There would have been speculation, but
and it's hard to build yourself back in this business when you're just looked at
he'll be a defensive coordinator somewhere.
Fucking
he'll be all right.
It's not.
You know,
It's
Salah's,
really not Salah's
fault. Salah will
not.
be like one of the first defensive.
I don't know how y'all feel about it, but it's not his fault that the defense hates how the entire organization is run. They don't feel like every time they're out on the field, literally just like, hey, the wrong tackle could end my life. That's what I'm doing for y'all. When y'all aren't even trying to get us in the playoff position, that's worth it for me. Fuck out of here. If I was on the Jets defense, I'd miss tackles on purpose.
Well, yeah, and I think that there would be some fans that would probably applaud you for that because
I can't even hear you.
Because we are tanking at the moment, or should be tanking.
What the fuck?
Can you hear me now? So basically, Justin is sauce.
Yeah. You should make like a Sauce Gardner burner account. Like, yo, I'd be missing tackles too.
Fuck, I have no volume.
It actually was Jalen Mills' fault. I can hear you. Perfect. Can you hear me?
Now I can. I just took my fucking headphones off. I don't know why the fuck I can hear y'all.
Yeah. No, what I was saying, you said that if you were on the Jets defense that you would miss tackles on purpose. What I'm saying is some fans might applaud you.
I said you might as well be sauced.
Yeah, and some fans might applaud you for that because we are in tank mode, and our old friend Geno Smith is coming to town for the Jets and the Seahawks.
Sauce Armstrong.
Justin Barrett, Armstrong, Ahmad, Sauce, Prince Amukamara, Gardner.
All I'm saying is Sauce deserves a better career than dealing with Woody Johnson. I think either of y'all would disagree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think most people,
I think everybody deserves a better career than dealing with Woody Johnson.
Yeah, I think most people do deserve better.
Oh yeah. So, hey, if I'm that,
there's a reason why every player that leaves the Jets does better, or at least most of them.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those.
Frankie Louvu looking real good on Washington Commanders.
Who?
Yeah,
Frankie Louvu.
I don't even know what that is, to be honest.
See, Hager. All right. So we had him in 2020. He went to the Panthers, and now he's on the Commanders as like one of their dominant linebackers.
And he was on the Jets?
Yeah, he was on the Jets for like 3 years.
What years?
19, 20, 21.
And we drafted him, or he was like a UDFA or something?
I think he was a UDFA.
Oh, yeah. Well, good for him. Yeah, there's a few examples. I think there's a few examples of that. Like there's some good examples of LOL Jets, like this guy leaves and goes somewhere else and is good. And then there's some examples that I think are like not good or like overblown. Like, I mean,
like Mekhi Becton. I'm a left tackle on the Jets, but he has no problem playing right guard on the Eagles.
Yeah, and I think that was also an indictment on our coaching staff, and also the fact that that was like kind of the only job that was like available for him. But yeah, I think Becton and the coaching staff just didn't get along. So, if they would have asked him to play guard, he probably would have asked to be cut or traded. But one thing I really can't stand is, and it goes for the Giants and like the whole Daniel Jones thing too, but I really can't stand like how every coach, GM, or player that plays for the Jets or Giants like fucking sucks. And then the moment they get cut or fired or whatever, then all of a sudden, like, the apology tour starts, and people are like, "Oh, Daniel Jones got a raw deal," or "Joe Douglas got a raw deal." It's like these people had 6 years to like make something happen, man. Come on.
Yeah, nah. Stop that bullshit. They were terrible.
And like the whole Geno Smith thing with Geno Smith, and I couldn't be happier for Geno Smith, honestly. But like,
it's a great thing. Great thing he's doing well.
It took him 10 years to be. It took him 10
years
to become the quarterback that he is now. Were we supposed to wait 10 years?
There's one thing I want to mention about that is the fact that back in the day, college actually taught these fucking quarterbacks how to fucking play, how to play to an NFL level. That shit doesn't happen nowadays.
It doesn't.
So,
no.
And there's like no time to develop. Like they throw you in right away, and like it's like and plus like with all like the social media presence and like podcasts and shows or whatever, it's like Caleb. These people have no room to grow. It's like Caleb Williams has one bad game and he's a bust.
Yeah. Nah. They're literally learning in the professional league how to be a good positional player, how to fucking be a quarterback, how to be a running back, how to be like it's fucking terrible for these players. So I don't want to put all the blame on them, but yes, they aren't up to the level that they should be.
But look how there are teams that still do it though. They're like Green Bay. They sat Jordan Love after behind Aaron Rodgers for 3 years. Look at Jordan Love now.
Choice.
Jordan Love looks like a decent quarterback.
Decent, yes, 100% agree. But then you also got C.J. Stroud and Jaden Daniels that just come out and they show that
C.J. Stroud has been he's been a bit of a sophomore slump.
Yeah. That's because their O-line sucks ass.
Yeah.
And apparently Bobby Slowick is Bobby Slowick's not doing too good either. And
no,
I mean
I did not want him at all because I have a lot of Houston Texans fans over here, and they're like, please don't hire Bobby Slowick as a head coach. I was like, yeah, no, I hear you because I'm watching every single fucking game. He is not that good. He's like it's like he just got. He's like a Mike LaFleur that just got lucky with CJ Stroud.
Yeah, Blake Snell just signed with the Dodgers. By the way, little breaking news.
Oh,
Blake Snell signed with the Dodgers.
Yep.
Blake Snell.
Oh, fucking hell. They just keep getting better. Fuck.
Yeah, of course they do. They got the money, of course.
How they where? From where? They keep just signing
from Ohtani's fucking pushed off contract.
This motherfucker, man, he's gonna cause like an apocalypse after he gets fucking paid.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to watch.
He's gonna put a casino out of business. Actually, he might not, because apparently him and Mizuhara are not good gamblers.
Oh shit!
Oh no, they're not. They're not. That was definitely all Ohtani. Fuck out of here, man.
Oh yeah. Ohtani is. Yeah, I mean. 2 + 2 = 4. So, yeah, Shohei Ohtani was making those bets.
100%. He just wanted a fucking legal non-liability. And it's like, oh yeah, no, I knew nothing about it because it's under his name. Fuck out of here.
Anyways, all right.
Very believable.
Seahawks,
same
Jets.
shit I would have done.
What are we thinking? Because I think the Jets are gonna get their ass whooped.
Yeah, I also think we're probably going to get our asses whooped. I think we're going to we're definitely going to lose.
Revenge game.
I think we might not score a touchdown because that seems to be a theme.
Probably.
That seems to be a theme when we have a bye or a mini bye that we don't score touchdowns the week after.
Never.
Yeah,
I think touchdowns are given with us. I look at every game like, oh, I hope we score 2.
Well, this
1.
game,
2 points. 2 points?
No,
or 2 touchdowns.
Touchdown. A titty. That's it.
Oh, nigga.
I want 1.
Oh yeah.
Give me 2.
I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you.
I think you might get 2 field goals this game. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose 27-6. Geno Smith is gonna carve our asses up.
You lost soul. I'm gonna pray for you.
Take the over on whatever Kenneth Walker's rushing yards are. Geno will probably have a rushing touchdown of his own. And I would also take the over on DK Metcalf's receiving yards.
Oh, I definitely take the over for DK. I might even start Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, you should.
That's a that's tough. That's a tough
I'm taking Seattle's defense. I'm taking Geno and I'm benching Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I would definitely if Seattle defense anytime touchdown score might be a good bet too. I would definitely pick up Seattle's defense if you need a stream of defense in fantasy. It should be a barren wasteland at MetLife Stadium. There will probably be nobody at that game. Tickets will probably be
motherfuckers at that game.
Oh, there'll be some motherfuckers, but there are gonna be some empty seats too. Tickets are gonna be like $25. So people will show up
at the games.
It's a holiday.
Nah, fuck the holiday. It's a shit ass team.
Yeah.
No, but what I mean is like it's a holiday weekend. People have off work, or people are in town, and might want to go see the Jets.
Yeah, they're all fucking jack wagons.
Not me, but there are people that might want to partake in such activities.
That's the way I'm looking at these goddamn Islanders got season tickets for, because these motherfuckers can't score for fucking shit.
Oh my god!
My bad. That's hockey.
You gonna re-up your season tickets next year?
Nah.
Smart man. I wouldn't either.
No.
I'm surprised you did it this year.
Oh man,
he got conned, is what happened.
I did because we were going.
Yeah, because they make you do it before the season even fucking starts.
Yo, and I was like, all right, yeah, we're in the playoffs this season.
Like
we're going to be better next season.
Somehow the Islanders are in a playoff spot right now.
Yeah, we're going to lose that shit.
Oh yeah, we'll probably lose that shit like tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fucking pitiful. I'll be at that game.
Yep.
Hey,
we'll be there.
Disconnect your account from MSG so I can use it. And watch my
MSG. Oh,
yeah, Rangers.
Shit, fuck them niggas.
Hey, you just a hater.
Yeah, you damn right. I got no love for the Rangers. Zero.
Anyways, Seahawks are gonna tear the Jets' ass up. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if they even win. If they win, it's just lucky.
Yeah, I really don't see like a world where the Jets win this game. Like they're historically bad on bye weeks. They're historically bad on bye weeks. They're historically bad on Thanksgiving weekend. They're historically bad when they're playing a former Jet. So all this has like the makings of I think. Oh wait, no, I lied. Never mind. I was gonna say, is this the first time Geno's started against us? But he started against us in 2022, and they whooped our ass that time as well. So it's happened before.
Is the Prez still on fucking Seahawks?
No,
he got released on the Titans.
Yeah, the Prez went to Tennessee and got cut, and now he is unemployed. He's an unemployed Prez.
He actually was on the Titans and asked for a release.
Yeah, he did ask. He asked to be fired, and now he's jobless.
Ego.
This is why. You see what happens, Justin, when you're not on Twitter. This is what happens.
Actually, you know what was really funny?
Like 3 months later.
So when Daniel Jones got cut by the Giants the other day, like that play where like Jamal Adams like strip sacked Daniel Jones and like took
I remember that
touchdown.
that
Play like started resurfacing on Twitter, and like Jamal Adams like quote tweeted and was like, "Oh, like this was the coldest play ever," or something like that. And it's like if that's not the equivalent of like a dead man showing up to the funeral, I don't know what is.
He's like, "Hey, yo, this is what I can do." Nigga, you haven't done shit like this in God knows how long. Stop it. Stop. No. Own your skills.
Should the Jets just bring back Jamal Adams for these last 5 games? Just make it like, just to make things extra toxic.
I wouldn't be opposed. I wouldn't be opposed as an owner.
Like if you're gonna be toxic,
I want more.
Really lean into
it. Yeah. I wouldn't be opposed as an owner, but as a fan, nah, fuck that nigga. Nah. As an owner, that's gonna bring more money in. You got the Prez back.
I don't know if it would really bring more money in. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people who burn their Prez jerseys after he left would buy a new one. I don't know. Or maybe they'd be like, "Oh, I want a throwback Jamal."
I still have mine.
But you don't realize how dumb Jets fans are. They'll show up.
They're going to show up no matter what. And the problem is like they're going to show up no matter what. And the problem is like it doesn't really matter if they show up or not. Like all the money comes from the TV deals. Like even if you successfully like let's say we were like a big podcast that people actually listen to, like we had like, thousands of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers, and say we used our platform to like try to organize like, a boycott of the Jets, like to boycott Woody Johnson and, and say we were successful in getting every single person to like cancel their season tickets and like literally have MetLife Stadium be empty, it would barely put a dent in his pocket because all the money is from the TV deals and the revenue sharing. So it would not even matter.
That's why he doesn't give a shit. He gives no fucks.
Like I'm sure empty seats would be like embarrassing to him because the man definitely has got an ego, and that would definitely hurt his ego. But it wouldn't be like, "Oh, I gotta embarrass him."
His ego's way too high to think, "Oh, y'all don't want to show up." He thinks y'all don't know what's good, even though he's never had. Other than
he'd probably be like, "Yeah, these fans just aren't really good enough. They're not loyal enough. They're not showing up when we're 3-12."
Exactly. And he'd be like, "Look, man, you have to be there during the struggle so that we can win further on." Like it'd be dumbass rhetoric that he's playing this.
Yeah, and that's basically like more. That's like more or less the messaging I feel like from like ownership and like even like season ticket holders, like not season ticket holders, but like the ticket sales reps and stuff like that. It seems to be the message is like because like I bought tickets to a game one time, and like since then, like one of the reps like hits me up from time to time to like offer me deals and stuff. And like she hit me up like last time she hit me up was like 2 days after the Cardinals game, and I was like, damn, like and like, I'm not gonna be like mean or whatever, because it's like this person's just doing their job, right? Like
exactly,
like they don't want to be calling me about this shit just as much as like I don't want to hear from
that person that called you probably thought this is fucking retarded.
Yeah, she had to like if there was any self-awareness, it's like, yeah, this is like not the right time. But it's the Tuesday. Maybe their mentality was like, yeah, let's just wait one day and let the fans get over it.
Yeah,
and then we'll
Woody's
talk.
like, nah, right now, nigga.
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, I know it's not your fault or anything. You're just doing your job, but like, the team sucks, and like, I'm not like trying to spend my money on it right now. And she's like,
wait. Honest question for both of y'all. Do you think Woody ever thinks his team sucks?
No, he apparently thinks this is the most talented team he's had in 25 years. It was so
like he
good.
thinks that every single fucking year. He
probably
thinks,
this team was so good that he had to fire everyone
every year.
Yeah, but you have to understand one thing here. Woody doesn't know shit about football, even though he's been the owner for like 25 years.
He doesn't know shit about life.
He doesn't
know shit about shit.
Probably would release.
He was I hope you guys know they don't own Johnson & Johnson anymore, right?
Yeah, no,
they like for like 25 years.
They sold their. It's like public. It's like a publicly owned company now.
Yeah, it is.
But they get
so his great
I saw some conspiracies that Rodgers is shitting the bed on purpose, like to get back at Johnson & Johnson for the vaccine.
Yo,
just galaxy brain shit.
Yo, if that was a reason behind fucking Rodgers, and he actually admitted that, I'd piss on Rodgers' goddamn
I wouldn't
face.
be surprised. I would not be surprised at all.
That'll be a deep cut.
I'd piss on him.
Yeah, I mean, it would be funny and like it would be believable. Like someone could Aaron Rodgers probably doesn't know the difference whether or not they own Johnson & Johnson. Someone probably told him like they still do, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's a good point. Like maybe I should just like play like dog shit on purpose." But
that's crazy.
I mean, just like how like someone like I think someone tweeted like made up something like, "Oh yeah, every time Jared Goff's thrown 5 interceptions in a game, he's won," and like then Aaron Rodgers was like, "Oh, really? Is that true?" And then he ran with it, and then someone was like, "Yeah, I literally made that up."
Aaron's a dumbass. I'm sorry, Aaron's a dumbass. I love all this. Oh yeah, no, I'm trying to find myself. I have no problem with that. None, zero. But when you make that your entire fucking identity and try to fucking act like. That's retarded. That's retarded. I'm sorry. You can believe in whatever the fuck you want to believe in.
Look, I'm going to say it this way. As long as we have the owner that we have now, I do not give a fuck on what they do right now.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there 100%, Mo.
Because at the end of the day,
the only chance we have of ever making the Super Bowl is if Woody sells a goddamn team. Woody will never win a Super Bowl.
Or Crooks.
Ever.
Yep.
Basically, this is why I'm dead inside. Thinking's overrated.
Thinking should not be overrated.
Oh yeah. No, that was an actual quote from Woody Johnson. He was like, "Yeah, thinking's overrated."
Wait, this nigga actually said that shit?
Yeah, he said it in an interview. I think it was after he fired Saleh or something. He was like, you see, I think someone asked him oh, did you think that one through? He's like, well, thinking's overrated. And then he said some bullshit about Talladega Nights. And he's like, you're not a thinker.
That's the bullshit I'd say if I got caught cheating. What? It makes zero fucking sense. Yeah. Hold on. I ain't a cheater. But yeah, if I was, I'd be like, yo, come on, thinking's overrated. Just listen.
All right.
Oh man!
Like, what else are you gonna say when you get caught on some bullshit?
I gotta go
On some bullshit.
Gotta go.
Like, yeah, thinking is overrated. Okay. Like what? What? I'm sorry. I didn't realize this nigga said that. Yo, man, he's dumb as shit. He's dumb as shit.
Yeah, like as bad as you think. Yeah, like as bad as you think he is. Like he's worse than that.
That's
That's real bad.
God damn. Thinking he's overrated. Overrated. All right, tell that to fucking any Harbaugh. Tell that to any Shanahan. Tell that to any. Tell that to Belichick. Tell that to any worthwhile coach.
Imagine
that thinking.
Tell that to like any human being in life.
Yeah.
Imagine firing Saleh and then we got Harbaugh. I don't even know how that would even happen.
Oh, it would never happen. Harbaugh would never come over here. Never.
We had our chance last year, and we really didn't have a chance. I'm pretty sure they called.
No, we never had a chance. Because if you're a quality coach, why the hell would you want to work for?
Because they're fucking smart. That's why.
Yes, but I'm sorry, Mo. I don't know if you realize this, but smart coaches don't think. Clearly, thinking is overrated. Like
smart. You mean smart owners don't think because thinking is overrated.
No. Smart. Anybody that's smart clearly doesn't think.
Yeah,
they just go with their actions.
Thinking is actually.
I'm not.
But yo, wait.
I love Jim Harbaugh. I love Jim Harbaugh.
Thinking is actually the antithesis.
Did you see the play call where they did, like, I think Justin Herbert was mic'd up and they had a play where I think they were gonna go for it on 4th down, and Jim Harbaugh was like talking to Justin Herbert and he's like, all right, let's make them think we're gonna pass. Let's just make them think we're trying to draw up a pass. And then Justin Herbert's like, at first he goes, yeah, we should definitely run it. We're definitely going to run. He's like, yeah, but let's just go around and then make it look like we're going to pass. So he's just like looking like he's drawing up some shit like fake. And then Justin Herbert runs it for a touchdown.
And
they get the touchdown. And he's like, see, that fucking shit, it fucking worked. He's like, it fucking worked. It fucking worked. I was like,
no.
He is the man.
You're thinking too much.
Everywhere he goes. No, that's not thinking too much. That's outsmarting them to make them think that you're doing something.
Yes, that's why I love football, because it's honestly the best part of football is the fact that you have an offensive coordinator against a defensive coordinator.
I'll send you that clip.
But they both know the plays you're gonna fucking run because they've both been studying your past couple of weeks. They understand where your mentality is.
You're gonna love Jim Harbaugh after this.
Then you could just pull some shit out of your ass that they have no idea.
Yes, pull some shit out of your ass. 100%. But it's rare. It's rare when there's an offensive or defensive coordinator that just pulls shit out of their ass that they've never done before. Like, you can pull shit that you've done a couple years ago that you've never done since. The opposite coordinator should be thinking about it. Should be thinking that it's a possibility. But that's the strategic aspect of fucking football that a lot of people, I feel, don't fucking.
It's such a because it's such like a barbaric sport where these people are like, killing each other.
Yeah. They're just like,
but like there's so much.
All right, get the ball.
There's so much mind games and games and like strategy behind it too. But I think that gets lost. That does get lost sometimes.
I don't think it only gets.
Plus, like it's like you have 11 components, and like if one person's not doing their job, then like everything goes to shit.
Hacker, I'm gonna send it to you, and then we're gonna play it on the screen.
That's why I love McVay. McVay is fucking wonderful because he sees both sides of the ball and he understands that. I wish more coaches were like McVay or the Harbaughs. Shanahan's great at that too, yes. But that's the fucking issue where everyone's like, "Oh yeah, no, we don't hire this coach who's phenomenal at XYZ."
Play this clip so Justin can see.
Give me a second. I am getting it set up now.
It pissed me off because football should be much more of a cerebral sport than a physical sport. No, it gets downplayed on the player level. This shit sucks, man.
He's trying to bring it back.
Beast mode, baby.
You gotta bring it back. I can't even.
Did he call that play?
Yeah, I think the audio is. I think the audio is not playing because my microphone's plugged in, and when my microphone's plugged in, for some reason the only thing I can hear is you guys on the stream. But yeah, that is.
That's
but yeah, that's
so.
It.
This is a typical. If Justin was the OC, this is a play he would definitely call. He's like, just make it seem like we're running a pass play, but we're gonna run it. We're gonna run it. Just make it look like we're talking it over. We call timeout.
Yes.
And now just make it look. Yeah. We're gonna go this way, or I could go look on this side. I'll check my first read. Check my second read. Yeah, but we're running it. We're running.
But you got to try to fuck with them. 100% yes. Grant, did that play work out? I don't know. But
yeah, I did.
He scored
you have to fuck with you.
Justin Herbert ran it for the touchdown.
For the first touchdown, he was feeding families.
You know something I'll say? Promoting the fact that, you got to fuck with people if you're a head coach. Tomlin has been that best head coach in our lifetime, in my opinion. Tomlin is easily the best head coach that we've watched in our entire lifetime. Andy Reid's the best right now. Belichick was great. Tomlin has been consistent.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were alive for
Tomlin, he's been good, but he hasn't been the best head coach.
No. I'm not saying best on the record of your team. I'm saying the best and the
I didn't just say that. You just said the best head coach.
Yes, 100%. I think he's the best head coach. Easily, without a doubt.
All right. I feel like you're saying that because he's
always had.
He hasn't had talent. He hasn't had the talent that Andy Reid or Belichick has had.
Yeah, no, he hasn't.
At least that quarterback, except for Big Ben.
Yeah, I mean, he did have a Hall of Fame quarterback for like.
He had Big Ben, and he was still there with Bettis.
Well, that was it.
Yeah.
No,
actually, Jerome Bettis retired before Tomlin.
He retired before he was a head coach.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, my bad.
Because I want to say he retired after that 05-06 Super Bowl, and then Tomlin got hired in 07.
Okay. That is correct. Right.
Yeah. I might be wrong.
Yeah, 05, the Steelers won the Super Bowl, and Bettis retired. Then 06, after 06, Cowher retired.
06, Cowher was still the head coach, and then Tomlin came in. Tomlin. You know, which is insane to me, the Steelers only had 3 head coaches.
Yeah, that is insane.
That's fucking. That's why.
It really is.
We've
but they made good choices. Like, why are you going to get rid of a head coach if it's a goddamn good head coach?
We've had 3 head coaches in like the last 4 years.
Oh, shit. They've had 3 the last 50.
But honestly,
none of them were fired. They all just like retired, or maybe Chuck Noll got fired. I don't. I'm assuming he retired.
No, he retired. He did.
In terms of the talent that you have around you, do you think there's a better head coach than Tomlin?
Like to hire right now?
No. Fuck hiring. I'm just talking to head coach.
Oh, for the Steelers.
No, for any team. Do you think there's a better head coach than Tomlin for what he could do with a team that he has?
I think that's
a head coach now.
Or this question.
Yeah.
I think there are many sides to this argument because on one hand, you could say Mike Tomlin had Ben Roethlisberger when he was still like in his prime, and he had prime AB and prime Le'Veon Bell, and he couldn't win anything with them.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Did you see
but he also,
that.
for that, he dragged like Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph to a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't exactly offset each other because he had elite players and he couldn't win.
I mean, I think he at least did a good enough job to, with how much problems like AB and Le'Veon Bell were causing, he at least did a good enough job to, he did a good enough job.
There was no other coach that could get AB and Le'Veon Bell to produce as well.
You want to hear my hot take? I think they could make it past divisional.
The Steelers
past divisional?
Yeah, I think they could.
I hate that that's a possibility. I'm not saying that as a hot take.
I think that's a hot take.
I don't think it is because I put Tomlin as a superior fucking head coach.
I don't think they will, to be honest. I mean, it'd be cool if they did, but I don't see it.
So you think that's
I'm not saying I think they will. I'm saying it's definitely a possibility.
It's
I think it's a possibility.
I wouldn't say it's like a sizzle. Yeah, it's definitely warm. It's definitely a warm take. It's not like sizzling.
I could definitely see him doing it though.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see him doing it, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, the Steelers are back!" Like, nah, this is Tomlin. Nah. This is Tomlin. This is 100% fucking Tomlin.
Have you watched that interview? Have you watched that interview with Mike Tomlin on?
No,
I think it was.
If it's this year,
Roethlisberger's podcast. No, it wasn't this year. It was like maybe last year or 2 years ago. And he said the best defense he ever had was the 2010 defense.
Yeah, I think we.
That was a top.
Did we talk about that? And he said that's the reason they made all these changes in the rules. Like Troy Polamalu, James
100%. Yes, Harrison.
Ryan Clark.
Yes. Yeah.
2010 was kind of the last year.
That was the defense that lost. That was the defense that also beat us and lost to the Packers.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that defense is just like, yo, Tom, what do you want us to do? Kill some niggas? I got you.
And they were just like, yeah.
Ryan Clark was actually a fucking beast on that defense.
Yeah.
And I never realized that he was a monster.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. But the fact is, they're playing for a coach that they love to play for. Like, you can't discount the emotions of the actual athletes going out there because they're playing for the goddamn coach. That's why Rex had players just playing phenomenally under him. Rex had that inspiration. We've never had that inspiration since Rex.
No. Solid tried.
Yeah, no, he did. I won't knock Solid for trying. But
can't say the same for Bowles or Gase.
Oh, fuck. Yo, sadly, Bowles should be able to inspire that. Bowles was just way too passive.
He's well, when they hired Bowles, I think they were looking for like the Jets tend to try to overcorrect things. So like when they fired Rex, I think like they wanted like the anti-Rex, and that's how they got Bowles because like they wanted basically a quiet guy.
And no, it doesn't work that way. Also, I think they wanted a quiet guy because Woody felt like if they won the Super Bowl under Bowles, it would have been an achievement for him.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. If they won under Rex, it wouldn't have been an achievement for him because everyone would be just looking at Rex like, yeah, you took the team there. Woody wants that recognition.
Yeah.
He'll never get it. Ever.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he'll never live to see the Jets win a Super Bowl. Like, because it's like you think about the Super Bowl every year, and the team that wins it, they have the big old commotion on the field, the confetti's coming down. And the first person that gets to touch the Lombardi trophy is the owner. Like that's the first person. Owner. That's the first person who gets to touch the trophy and speak words to the fans. And there's just no world where Woody Johnson would be that person to do that.
No. But he wants to be that person. Oh yeah, I'm the first to touch the Lombardi when we win.
Yeah, he would want to, make some speech about how, and he would want to make some speech about how great the team is. Anyway,
fuck Woody. Honestly, the Jets have no chance of winning, of even being a Super Bowl contender until Woody sells the team.
Yeah, he needs to either sell the team or croak, because I think once he croaks is when it'll get out of the.
Once he croaks, his fucking progeny is gonna take over. That's gonna.
No, I think I don't really think that his brother or his children are interested in like keeping the business. At least that's what I've heard. I think that when that day comes when Woody Johnson leaves the earth, I think that Jets ownership will be, switching hands elsewhere.
I don't believe that only because when they see the amount of money that comes in from simply owning the business, they ain't gonna give that shit up.
When they see the double-digit billions of dollars that they'll get if they sell the team and not even have to deal with it, they could also be like,
because they'll still make upwards to $1 billion, not $1 billion a year, but they'll still make ridiculous revenue off of the fact that us as Jet fans, we're still going to go to the games. We're still gonna buy their fucking jerseys. We're still gonna
have
support
TV
the
deals.
team.
I saw something that
they have their TV deals. Like, it's retarded. There's no lose for Woody.
Yeah,
Woody doesn't lose.
Goodell needs to intervene.
Now, how about you start not going to the games? How about that?
Oh, I would love it. I would love it if Jets fans thought that way. But come on, man. We're
not gonna. Even if they did, it wouldn't make a difference.
Right now, the tickets are like $10.
Yeah, and we're gonna show up. And as we show up, we're also gonna buy $10 fucking drinks. We're gonna buy $10 hot dogs. We're going to fucking invest in that business.
Yeah, some suckers will buy jerseys of players that'll probably be traded in the next year or two.
Yep.
But
that's the thing.
That's only a very small percentage of the money that they make. Like, it all comes from TV.
Oh yeah, the TV deals are out the fucking wazoo.
Yeah, but I did see something that for some reason they have like odds on who the next Jets owner might be, and Jeff Bezos is like the favorite to be the next owner, and Elon Musk is like second place favorite for next Jets owner. I don't know what
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Gary V.
I think
Gary V might be. Yeah, I think Gary V might be number 3.
I'd lobby for him. I would waste my money for him to own the team after Woody.
I don't really like Gary V, but I think he'd be a much better owner.
He'd be a much better owner. He would actually understand. All right, well, I don't understand.
He also said on
that, but he's also going to be like the owner as a fan. And do you think he's just going to be okay? Yeah.
Well, it depends if
he's like, he's not going to have any say in it either.
Cohen, or if he's a
he will.
It depends if he's a Steve Cohen or what he said on a. Yes. I don't know if you guys ever watched Hot Ones, the show where they eat chicken wings and interview people. But Gary V went on Hot Ones like years ago, and he talked about how his life goal is to be the Jets owner. And the guy asked him like how he picks the Jets. He said that he would draft a quarterback every year until he got a good one, like until they figured something out.
Oh shit!
Which.
Honestly, in the past decade of being simply a Jets fan, that wouldn't even be a bad fucking option.
Yeah, like I would say that sounds stupid, but like if you think about it, like what if the Jets? I'm trying to think. Like there had to have been a year where there had to have been a year where we didn't draft a quarterback. Like, I mean, perfect example, 2017.
2022, we could have drafted 2 at 4 and 10.
Yeah. We could have drafted Kenny Pickett. Yeah, we could have drafted Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis. Yeah, we'd be in great shape.
Yeah, honestly, there are so many quarterbacks.
At least we would go 0-17.
I wouldn't be against that game plan, but that's not a good game plan. It's sadly better than Woody's. It's sadly better than Woody's. Yeah, no, it's stupid, but it's still better than Woody's. It's better than what we've been doing.
It's still better than drafting one every 3 years and drafting the wrong one every time and doing nothing to help them.
Yep. 100% yes.
But
I don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that this is a good place for us to end the show. So what are your guys' final score predictions for Jets Seahawks?
I want to pick Thanksgiving picks.
You want to pick Thanksgiving game?
31-0. Thanksgiving pick.
All right.
41-0.
41-0.
No upsets during Thanksgiving. No upsets.
I got. I think that the Bears beat the Lions and continue the tradition of the Lions losing on Thanksgiving.
Oh.
I also think the Giants will beat the Cowboys. It's gonna be Tommy.
That
Turkeys.
I agree with you.
Tommy Turkeys, baby.
That I somewhat agree with you. Although I might pick up the defense against the goddamn Giants, just because I know he's gonna fucking throw some picks.
Packers are gonna beat the Dolphins, and Kansas City is gonna boat race the Raiders on Black Friday. Those are my Thanksgiving picks.
Is this the worst Thanksgiving we've lived in?
For football or like in general?
Yeah, no, for football.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely seems like they want us to spend time with our families this year. And it definitely seems like they want us to go shopping on Black Friday because that game ain't good either.
Yo, yeah. Honestly, this entire weekend,
I'm still gonna watch every single second of every single game. But
no,
but I'm gonna talk about how terrible it is the whole time because the NFL product is like kind of.
You know what, Hecker? I'm taking the complete opposite of what you picked.
Oh,
so you're taking Lions, Cowboys, Dolphins, and Raiders?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then.
You know what's sad? Both of your picks are possible.
Well,
all right, the Bears can come back, beat the Lions. Just because the Lions might fuck up. Giants, Cowboys, nobody knows who's fucking win that game. Nobody, nah. Dolphins, Packers?
That I'm pretty firm.
That might be the best game.
I'm pretty firm that the Packers are going to win that game, especially if it's cold. That's a game that Mike McDaniels. That's a game that Mike McDaniels and the Miami Dolphins don't win.
That might be the only one that's callable. That's callable, in my opinion, because I'm not trusting that the Lions beat the Bears. Just because
I'm pretty confident on that game, and I'm very confident the Lions will beat the shit out of the Bears.
I don't know. Goff could throw 3 picks, and that's all Caleb needs to come back in the fourth quarter. Because you know it's going to – if the Bears win, it's going to be a fourth quarter win. Giants, Cowboys, I can't call that. I'm not betting on it. No fucking way do the Giants get an automatic win or the Cowboys get an automatic win. Then you come to Friday, Chiefs, Raiders. Chiefs almost lost.
The Raiders did beat the
Chiefs almost lost to the Panthers.
Yeah, and the Raiders did beat the
Chiefs. Yo, don't sleep on the Panthers. Don't sleep on them. Somehow the Panthers are a team. Somehow the Panthers are in games week after week. Just tell me when the Panthers stop actually competing, because I think it's fucking wild. I think it's wild. I don't think Bryce Young's a fucking franchise quarterback.
He's probably not.
But somehow they keep themselves in games.
So what you're saying is the Panthers are going to beat the Eagles?
Yeah.
No. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said somehow the Panthers keep themselves.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Every Have you not watched like the past 5 weeks of the Panthers? Just like, oh yeah,
I actually haven't. I really
the Panthers look better than goddamn Jets.
You know what is sad is that's actually true, and like they also, well, they're still ahead of us in the draft. It would be nice if the Panthers would win a game or two here because they're still ahead of us in the draft.
Yeah.
But like, I think if we played the Panthers on a neutral site with the teams as currently constructed,
Chuba would have 200 yards against us.
Yeah, I think we'd probably lose 14-6 with two
like 115
with 2 Chuba Hubbard touchdowns, and we would kick 2 field goals.
with one missed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever our kicker is now, Anders Carlson, I think it is. He'd go like 2 for 3. Although, I mean, he at least did his job.
It's fucking pathetic.
It's a good thing we figured out who our kicker is like 12 weeks into the season.
Do y'all think Panthers have a better chance of making a playoff before the Jets do?
I don't give a fuck.
Maybe.
Nah, I gotta say,
I really don't. I don't care.
In 2025 or like just in general?
Yeah, in the future. Like it could be 2025, it could be 2026.
I'll give you my expert analysis right now.
Let's hear it.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck either. And you know what? The Panthers probably.
I'm tired of rebuilding every goddamn season. The Panthers started the rebuilds, and they look better. They look better.
Yeah, they very well might get back to the playoffs before we do.
I'd be surprised if they don't get a playoff spot before us.
I'd be surprised if we ever end this podcast. Thank you for everyone for listening. We'll talk to you next week. Unlock the swag unlock. Peace.
Swag unlocks.